You know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. My suggestion, my suggestion is just to try not, just don't reinvent the wheel. Don't waste your time trying to reinvent the wheel. You know, we've already got some, we've already gotten so far. I just think it's a bit pointless to try and like reinvent the wheel at this point, you know? Like, we don't have to scrap everything. We're not gonna like, I just wouldn't put so much effort into this, you know? It's not like a huge assignment. And, you know, I don't know about you, I'm really not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to, like, squeak by here. And it's sucking up so much of my time and energy. You know? Yeah, I would just suggest, like, maybe we just kind of chill a little bit. You know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. I would just suggest, you know, you're not reinventing the wheel here. And don't take that as an insult. You know, don't take it as an insult, but we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. No. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Don't take it offensively, but we're not, you know, our goal here is not to try and reinvent the wheel. You know, we have an assignment, we're just gonna do it. Let's just roll with the punches here, you know, we're just one step at a time. You know, let's not take it upon ourselves to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's there, it's great. Let's not take it upon ourselves to reinvent the wheel. Our responsibility is not to reinvent the wheel. It's not our responsibility to reinvent the wheel. We have an assignment and we're going to do the assignment to the best of our ability, but you know, it's a lot of pressure. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to like feel like I'm doing something really innovative and really smart and cutting edge, but our job description, you know, like our job title is not like wheel reinventor. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. The wheel is not reinventable. The wheel's already been made, so invent something else. Don't reinvent the wheel. You can't reinvent something. It's kind of impossible. You know, that's big responsibility, and you know it's already been done, so what's the point in like spending any more time and energy on that? And we just have to do our job here, and then, you know, we all get to go home at the end of the day and do whatever the fuck we want. So I just don't want to waste any more time and energy than I'm doing now, than like trying to just reinvent this wheel here, because it's pretty exhausting, to be honest. I'm really not trying to reinvent anything, actually. I'm my own person and I'm trying to take my own path, and I think that's where a lot of people get caught, is they're trying to emulate and try to copy and make something better, but really, like, I guess, wouldn't it be smarter to try and, yeah, whatever exists, there should be Yeah, don't waste your energy on something that already exists, you know? Make something else. Try not to fall into these guidelines that are already set for you, you know? We're not trying to, like, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. And I think sometimes people, when I say that, people can take that as like a bit of an insult. You know, when I say that, I think people can see that as a bit of an insult, but really, you know, I'm just trying to give kind of honest advice. You know, none of us should be really putting time or energy or effort into trying to reinvent the wheel, because the wheel's already been invented. You know, we also like only get paid so much money, so I don't know where all this extra enthusiasm from you comes from, but I don't know. I'm really just trying to do the bare minimum and kind of get home. So I think we should just like kind of put our energy into something else. I know my energy's been lacking in a lot of other places. And you know, this idea of like being so dutiful. You know, we don't owe them shit. We owe ourselves a lot of shit. You should stop putting so much pressure on yourself to like, you know, there's multiple paths. No one is going to reinvent the wheel. Have you thought about that? Like, no one is going to reinvent the wheel. So you should stop trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's already been invented. So what's next? Hop on to the next thing. It's not super enjoyable to like waste time on someone else's idea. Now, it's not really enjoyable to waste time on someone else's idea. I would much rather like take my own idea and run with it, because, you know, isn't that more exciting for you? A little more fulfilling? A little more fulfilling than reinventing the wheel? Yeah, I mean, don't reinvent the wheel here. Don't reinvent the wheel here. We already got something that works. So, why change it? You know, you're stressing yourself out for something that like already has a functioning part of society, and you know, the wheel's made, great. It works. It's perfect. So make something else. Like, what's the next wheel? What's the next invention that's gonna happen? And like, maybe that's you. Maybe that's you. So just like, I think so many people just kill themselves after these like sort of, you know, you're so dutiful, you're so just like wrapped up in your own head trying to like improve on something that it's already in the world. It's already out there. It already exists. So go your own path, go your own route. Just, I mean, don't reinvent the wheel. It's sort of stupid, you know? Sort of stupid to reinvent the wheel.